EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will get it at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 or.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Cannon Balaj. And right away he lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobweb. First time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
No gain on the play there, second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on second down. Brissett gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. On third down, here's Hunt. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And his kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. On first and 10 is Connor. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Set 90, Wolf. Cover. Kill. Watch the eye. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, Haywood.
Now Balaj. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10.
Watch the ship. Twist. Hey, check 24.
Now it's Connor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Let's go.
On third down, it's Connor. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a fourth down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will tie us at 3-3. Field goal's all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional win. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They run with Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This is Hunt. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Brissett on 3rd and 2. And he's got his target. That's Moore. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded at the 2. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check 24. Check 24.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
61, match box, right. Check safety, check safety. Hey, echo.
2nd and 1. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, exit. You got 4. Hey, lock it. No.
From the gun, Costello. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
General West. 5.
On 1st down, Costello steps away. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Ballage out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
On the ready. Greystone travel. 59. Ready. Go.
To throw again. Costello. Being chased out left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw, Brissett. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Let's go. Ready.
Following the fumble recovery, Costello. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
You got 81 minutes.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Costello. And that's complete to Adams. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll run here with Connor. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner as the 1st half is winding down. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 50. Check 50.
Here's Brissett. He's going to look deep for more. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, all even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, a run with Connor. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Hey, watch the 6'6", bullet high.
They'll run on first down. Connor, and he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
To throw on second down. Costello, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
General West, hey, you. Look at me. Go up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello, he'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll return it from the 6. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now it's Hunt. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. You take it right on the 30. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Mike's 59. Hey, Orbit. 59. I got him. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. I got it. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Costello. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Costello. That's going to be caught. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. They'll try to run it. This is Conner, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. The extra point up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check, 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 check.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
To throw on 2nd down. Costello. He'll get that one complete to Connor. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here's Matt Wild now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They run again with Hunt. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. A big run by Kareem Hunt. 43 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and they'll get him down right about the 20. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll run again with Hunt. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Brissett. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there. Gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Costello. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. First down, Hunt. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
At the Steelers' 22-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. So the game will continue for at least 1 more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get 1 more untimed attempt.
It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially... And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Throwing, Brissett. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Partner, I think the thing I'm going to take away from this game is that ending. Still hard to believe they score on the final play, and then for some salt on the wound, they go for 2 just to widen the margin.
Not to mention they already had the lead when they scored on the final play. So I don't know if everyone on the team is a fantasy football player, and they're like, hey, get more points for our guys. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe a coach is looking ahead and saying, you know something, the more points we have might be the tiebreaker. But, boy, what a way to finish it.
So for the Panthers, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.